We're live. They'll be on in a second.
I'm here, but I ain't gonna be here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm here, but I ain't gonna be here. Good morning, Bonnie and Alma. Good morning, everybody. I gotta go because I gotta get to the hospital.
All right.
All right. See you guys in a bit.
And we're live. And we're on. And Neela won't be here. She's gone to the hospital this morning. Hey, Donetta. Divine Designs. I'm a mama. Bonnie. And everybody else. Lord, I'm getting bad as tea. I'm the star singing. Yep, T had to go to the hospital this morning, so she not gonna be on the show. And she just told me. So I have no subject this morning. So what? I don't know. Well, the weather here is kind of gloomy. I got to take my sister to the hospital today to get some blood work. My other brother is on his way to surgery this morning. So our house is busy at healing. Yep. My brother, he's going to get, what do they call it? It's an artery that they go through in his shoulder. And they go all the way down through his body to his leg where he has a stent. And they need to open that stent up because it's clogged. He's not getting good blood flow to his lower extremity. And so that's why it's taking so long for his foot to heal, because he wasn't getting good blood flow. So when they found that out, they stopped all of the work on his foot and have him going to have his surgery to open that artery up. It's a stent. All of the work that they did in Tennessee on him, them doctors need their ass beat. The doctors here, everything that they have done, they've had to do over. And this is stuff that's put in your body that you should permanently not have to do anything else to. But all of the work that they have done has been shoddy. Every specialist that he's been to, including the way they position the pacemaker and the defibrillator in his chest, was set in there so it would be uncomfortable, like they was doing shit on purpose. Yeah, excuse my language, but it really pisses me off because the doctors say they knew that was not the right way to put that stuff in there, and they did it anyway, like they wanted to do it because of his skin color. And see, that's what I don't like, that sneaky, demonic backbiting, to destroy people on the sly. You a doctor. You know, if you don't want to do it, just say, I ain't working on you. I can't do it. Get somebody else to do it. Because this is the third time he's had problems from work that doctors have done in Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, at Jackson Hospital in Tennessee. So it's like you go to get a tune up and they change the spark plugs, but you don't never get no new wires and new boots. So the car still ain't gonna run right. You putting pieces in and you putting the spark plugs in crooked. So now you've torn up the threads in the motor. You know, that's some BS. These doctors need a behind beat. And so a couple of the doctors here want the information on who did it because they want to turn them into the board. That's ridiculous when you've done work so shoddy on purpose that people want to turn you in. Your own not constituents, what do they call it? I can't even think this morning. I'm just so pissed off about it. Um, your own associates want to turn you in because you've done a Hippocratic oath. Hey, good morning, Ross. I'm talking about these shoddy doctors in Tennessee. I ain't saying all doctors is like that. I'm just saying the ones that my brother had access to was shoddy. And it ain't like he got no cheap insurance. He retired from the post office 32 years. So he got the same insurance as the military. He got TRICARE and he got what's the name of them? It's another government insurance. One of them is TRICARE because he got two, TRICARE and something else. Because he just like being in the military. He don't pay for nothing, and he get top of the line doctors. He could go to Mayo Clinic and don't have to pay nothing. So, hey, Kimberly Mixon Dixon, Yvette, what's up, sis? Um, it's just ridiculous. And I bet you if I started um, a site and here in the South and well in the North too, because my sister got some shoddy work up north. Um, they just need to have somebody that check on the work that these doctors do. You know what? That would be a good non-for-profit. Just go around checking doctors' records. You know, of stuff that they've done that somebody had to do again that cost the government more money. It don't make no sense to me. You know, that people would do that. Karen Dickinson said yes because that's not an easy procedure because she has a stent in her chest after having a heart attack. Yep, and he's got stents going horizontal and vertical on both sides, going to his lower extremities, and then he's got one in his waist that goes across. And the one that goes across is totally no good. But he's getting good blood flow in the left side. So the doctor here say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. So he said the one in his waist is totally collapsed, but his blood flow is still good, going lateral. So he don't want to go in there and take stuff out. Because my brother 8 years older than me. So he like, Doc was like, no, we ain't doing all of that if we don't have to. They're just gonna open up the one, that needs to be repaired. He said he'll be fine with that being flat, long as he getting that good blood flow from vertically. Because across, even though it's been flattened, he's still getting good blood flow through the artery. And so he said that wouldn't be a problem. But these doctors, and it's just ridiculous how they do people and get paid hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. You know, a lot of these doctors got so many patients that it's ridiculous. They got so many patients they can't keep up with them. And then they want to rush and do stuff and half-ass do it. Then some of them have ill intentions on the work that they do. I got a friend, uh, me and T in common. Her name, this is actually who introduced me to T. Um, Her name is Jackie Dawson. She lives in Mississippi. Well, she had a rare disorder that was shutting down her legs. So she had very little movement she could do. She could barely get to the bathroom. It got so bad to where she started using a bedpan. It could only sit up in the bed and put her legs out on the side. And she had like it wasn't a bedpan, but it was like a chair right on the side of the bed that had a pot in it, and they put plastic bags in it and you use it and then you tie it up and you throw it away. Well, she was going to a doctor. The only doctor in her township that was capable of doing the surgery refused to see her. For no apparent reason, he just say, I don't want to work on you. And I told you, don't come to my doctor's office no more. She went twice, and he actually had her put out by the security in the building that he was in. Hey, Linda Shaw. I was like, ain't refer her to no other doctor, just put her out. I didn't even know you could do that. But if it is a private practice, he reserves the rights to see what patients that he wants, unless it's an emergency. Then he had to secure the person and send them to a hospital. Other than that, he has the right to do that, no matter what the reason he chooses. So Jackie said the only reason she could think of was because she was black. And nobody in his office that were patients were black. She said every time she went, it wasn't nobody in there but Caucasian people. So it got so bad to where her daughter had to come from Texas, and they flew her. They put her in a wheelchair, put her on the plane, flew her to Texas. The doctors worked on her. They got her all situated. They flew her back home. She's out walking every day now, working in her garden. She got about 4 or 5 pit bulls because she raises pit bull puppies to sell. And she was saying that she's feeling real good and starting to get her life back in order. And she say she went to the other doctor's office and took him a thank you card and left it. And she say she walked in, and he just so happened to be looking and saw her coming. And he knew that she was healed by the way she was walking. And so she had the card in her hand. She was like, hey, doc, and hand him the card. And I don't know if he ever read it. Now, she say she didn't stay to look. She say, but she put in the card, thank you so much for not seeing me, because I went to someone that really helped me. And then she said she just was feeling some kind of way that she even sent him a thank you card. So I doubt if he even read it. I don't want to see what this, so and so put in here and just threw it in the garbage. But it gave her some closure, so it was good. But that don't make no sense that doctors are out here doing shoddy work and making all of this money. Assembly line and people for pay. My sister, she had a bowel blockage in Chicago, so they had to take out a section of her intestines. Well, the doctor that did it in Chicago gave her, the way he put her intestines back in, she almost died in Virginia. They rushed her to the hospital. And this was like almost a year later. She just said she was always having trouble with bowel movements and stuff like that. And she was taking supplements to loosen that stuff up so that it would go through nice and easy and everything, or else she would be sick all the time, stomach hurting and everything. Well, when she went to have the procedure done in Virginia, the doctor did the same thing as the doctors here. He wanted to know who the doctor was because he was going to report him. I'm just glad it's good doctors out there that aren't afraid to turn these doctors in, you know, because they're doing shoddy work and getting paid for it. But my dad died because he was over medicated. He actually had a seizure and and a heart attack in the doctor's office, and I gave him mouth to mouth, and the doctor did the heart compression, and I blew the breath in his mouth, got him back conscious. We took him to the hospital. He never came home. Yep. And these doctors, a lot of them get paid for the medicines. Divine Design says the doctors who messed him up need to lose their license. Yep, they do. That's what they need to start doing. I wish it was a way that I could start a non-for-profit with holding doctors accountable for their work, because a lot of people get stuff done and they don't report it. They don't tell nobody, you know, and doctors are doing work that's ridiculous, because they're trying to get that almighty dollar. So they rush and work, and they don't have no regard for the people's life. They ready to just like when you go to a tire shop, instead of taking the tire off the rim and put a patch on the inside, they just put a plug in it, temporary fix, but they charge you permanent money. And that's really sickening, for them to do that. And I know it's just not cases in my family that have gone through this, and it's just not people that I know that have gone through this. It's people all over this country that have been getting poor work done by these doctors. And these doctors are getting away with it because they still getting full pay, whether they do good work or poor. And Linda Shaw says, that sounds like a good idea. I should start a non-for-profit, saying, and start checking doctors' records. How many patients have you done this procedure on? And how many of them had it done where they didn't have to come back and have anything done? Or have there been any complications from the procedures that was done? Because that's just not fair. That's not right. The people who have government insurance shouldn't have, the government shouldn't have to pay these doctors who aren't doing the work right.
I agree
Just
with
like
you.
just like T's brother.
Yep.
The medicine that he's been on is ridiculous. They was giving my brother two blood thinners at one time. The doctors here said it was a miracle that he was still alive because his blood was so thin. He said, "I know you be
So
dizzy and lightheaded." He
you
say
want to
all
hear
the
this?
time. I just thought it was, from my. That's just how it was gonna be from now on.
You want to hear this one? I was rushing this morning because I was trying to get there because he didn't have a bowel movement. I said, Jamal, you were here 35 days straight having a bowel movement. I said, how much more do you need to see that all you need to do is put the work in on your side? How much more do you need to see? Now you're back in the hospital. You letting them give you Lasix so you can drain the water off. As soon as you get it, your body locks up on you. Your bowels block up on you. You know what I'm saying? But you don't believe fat meat is greasy. And you have to move and exercise. When your kidneys are in default, you have to move, exercise, and drink water. Now, I know he has congestive heart failure, um, and they like always tell you don't drink water, but a half a gallon of water is doable for people that have congestive heart failure. I ain't no doctor, disclaimer. Don't do what I said. Do what your doctor tell you to do. Okay, that's how I'm gonna keep it. Just do what your doctor tell you to do. If your doctor
That
says
and
don't
see,
drink
that's the
a
problem.
quart of damn water,
Everybody do what
don't
the
drink
doctor
nothing
say, and
but
it
a
be
quart of
killing them.
damn water. You know, if your doctor say don't drink nothing but a quart of water and you taking 8 to 10, 12 pills, then don't drink nothing but a quart of water. But if you ask me, each pill should have 1 cup of water. Each pill should have 1 cup of water because you have to break that stuff down. It has to move through your body. Otherwise, it piles up in pockets inside of your body. It's
T,
not moving.
my brother got the little urinals that he hang on the side of the bed because of his foot, right?
Right.
So it's hard for him to go back and forth to the bathroom. So he only go to the bathroom when he had to do a bowel movement.
Right.
When I tell you, I told him, I was like, "You ain't drinking no water." He was like, "Yeah, I have." I was like, "You're not drinking enough." I was like, "Look at the color of your urine.
Yep.
It looked like tea and it was cloudy." Yep, and cloudy.
Oh yeah. So that's bacteria.
So I told him, I was like, "That's all that meant." He was taking antibiotics for that foot.
That's that bacteria in
So
the urine.
that stuff is in your body. If you don't flush it out, it's just in there.
And you're in there. That's it's sitting.
And plus, you still
And it's
taking
going
your
to
other
pile up and it's
medication.
going to eventually rot and cause an infection. So keep playing. Keep playing. And it pisses me off to the utmost festivity that, she was telling me, oh, well, I don't know how that's going to work. Or what were you putting on his legs for dressing? I said, well, I sprayed them down with peroxide to cleanse them. And she said, well, no, that's probably too strong because the alcohol basis in peroxide will thin the skin. I said, okay, that kind of
Ain't
makes.
no alcohol in peroxide. She don't know what the hell she talking about.
So I said,
She's
listen,
lying.
I said, well, okay, we're not gonna do the peroxide. Hold on, wait, listen. Then I said, well, I was covering the open, so the blisters that popped open and the skin removed from it and it left it raw. Like said, I was cleaning those and clipping those with golden seal and coconut oil. And she said, well, we'd rather you not use that right now because we don't know how that works. How the hell coconut oil work? And I was like, I'm listening to her and I'm like, here's a real idiot. And I looked at my brother when she walked out that room. I said, get your ass together and get out of this hospital and get ready to go home to your wife. Get it together. Because right now you are in a predicament whereas either you're going to end up slipping into the beyond or you're going to lift yourself up out of this. Now, this is your last round, Jamal. You done been in the hospital, natural healing, hospital, natural healing, hospital. Now you're back. But what is it going to take to convince you that all of this stuff you done went through, you brought it on yourself, unfortunately, without working
T.
out.
T.
Hold on,
He just
wait.
been doing what he been taught for 20 years
I know,
though.
but hold on, wait. Let me finish. You jumping on me, and you don't even know why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I
So,
didn't jump on you. I
like,
just said he
he,
doing what he taught for 20
yeah.
years.
But hold on, let me finish. And I tell him, you now see, taught for 20 years, you now see the difference. Your body wasn't even going to the bathroom nothing but twice, maybe 3 times a week when you were on all that medication. You got you off, cleaned your body up, you were going to the bathroom every day. I said, do you see the difference? I said, you were also not in your, you were also always, like, oh,
Lethargic.
you're there. And, I said, and you're bright eyed and alive. Do you see the difference? Because here's the point. If you don't see the damn difference, there's nothing else we can do. I'm just gonna keep it real. It's nothing else we can do. Because if he cannot see the change in his body, then that means he can't fathom that he's healing or that he can get better. And when you can't fathom that, then ultimately you keeping yourself sick. End of story. 2 years ago, you and my cousin even said, you've been saying this for over 2 years, Jamal. He's My cousin said, you've been saying this. I need. So first thing he said, I need this. I said, okay. Here's some vegetables and the salad. No, since you don't like, the food, they didn't have the food. They got a lot of red meat and shit there, turkey and red meat and processed food too. I'm like, really? Y'all, I'm like, they serving this to people with heart problems and high blood pressure and all.
Because they figure as long as they don't use no salt, it's all right, T.
I know, and this
That's
the
they
best part.
studies.
I know, and so check this out. So the girls say, I say, well, I really don't. I think he shouldn't even have turkey because turkey has a lot of uric acid in it, and it builds up inflammation. She said, well, this is Doctor Williams, like a little white girl said. Well, the thing is, because they all wants to try to sound like they're like we know, we know, it's like, and at halftime they don't even know what they're talking. They don't
No,
even
they know.
they guessing. They still practicing. Okay, and so like they're always practicing, and so she said, but I told her. She said, well, we're more concerned. Listen to this. We're more concerned with sodium, his sodium intake,
That's what I
than,
said. Salt.
than, than his uric acid. Because he doesn't have a history of gout or anything. I said, now, we don't want him to get any, especially with the swelling and stuff on his feet. That and ultimately, if you're saying the blood is not pumping, his heart is pumping not good enough to push and pump the water out of his legs and all of this stuff, then why would you want to give him uric acid? What? Why the hell would you want to give him uric acid? And I sat there listening to her. And when she walked out the room, I said, if you don't get your stuff together, I said, did you hear this? They're concerned with your sodium, not your uric acid. They should be concerned with both of those because that inflammation is why your legs are like they are now. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I said, Jamal, this just goes to show you. Either you're gonna do how we've been trying to guide you to do, or you're not. You're gonna slip back into oblivion with all these medications going back into your body, blase skippy. It's your body. You tell them if you want it or not. Hold on. Here's the coffin closer. She came back. They came in the room and said, "Oh, we're gonna give you some pain pills for the pain in your legs." And I'm like, I'm saying he ain't got that much pain. Well, it's only Tylenol, just regular Tylenol. I'm like, well, okay, but Jamal, do you have a lot of pain? No, I got a little pain, yeah, something. I said, but do you have pain enough to need that you need pain pills? He said, no, not really. I said, okay, we'll let her put it on the table. And And then she said, "Oh, and they also have you for heparin." I said, "Well, what's heparin?" I didn't know it was another name for warfarin, which is a blood thinner. She said, "Well, we're it's a preventative measure that we think that he needs to keep him from clotting." I said, "Well, what would make him blood clot?" And she, because he's not moving.
Just laying in the bed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Once again, movement. We've been telling Jamal this for 30 something days. You have to move.
You know, that was a big part of COVID.
Yeah.
People getting blood clots, and then they get in your legs because that's where it starts from.
And
Not
exactly.
movement, no movement, and the clots get in your leg, and then they travel to your heart and clog the vessels and make you have a heart attack.
No, they travel to your brain and make you have a stroke.
Well, they go to both. They
Right.
go to your heart and your brain.
Right. Exactly. So just the either or.
They're
That's
through your circulatory system, clogging stuff up.
so it just blew me that Linda said, "Doctor may not know what uric acid is," and that's
And
damn,
she telling the truth.
and that's a damn shame if she don't. So I'm like, I'm listening to her, and I'm like, Jamal, you need to start moving your feet, moving your legs, moving your arms, so that you do not clutter. I said, because if you get on this heparin or whatever, heparin or heparin, the one I forget how you say it. If you get on it, I call Christelle Steely. Steely say, "T, that's a death sentence." I said, and you know how Steely is, Turk. "T, that's a death sentence." You know how she talk. She said, "Oh my God, that's a death sentence." She said, "They gave me that stuff. I couldn't eat no leafy greens, no vegetables, no nothing." Now, what the
Yep.
hell you putting somebody on something that they can't even eat vegetables to keep their body functioning properly? Vegetables, something that your body needs.
All of the blood thinners, most I would say 85% of the blood thinners all take you off of the leafy green vegetables. You know why? Because leafy green vegetables promote blood flow.
Oh,
And if you eat them and you're taking the pills, then it's over the amount of what you need. And it could cause you, if you get cut, you could bleed out because it turns you into a really a vascular hemophiliac, because you'll bleed inside. Somebody pop you and it'll bruise up and you'll bleed under the skin. Yep.
and I
But my
said,
uncle, when he was on had cancer, I used to have to take him every week for blood thinners. I'm once a week. You had to go down there and they check your blood to make sure that your levels are right. And they say, oh, okay, well, this week only take one pill a day. Then you go in there another week. Oh, take two pills a day this week. You know, when all you had to do is eat some spinach, eat some kale, eat some greens, eat some broccoli, eat some carrots, anything that's dark and leafy. Everything they tell you don't that you can't have, if you eat that, you don't need medicine.
and so I got him. I fixed this morning. I've been up since 5:30 this morning because he called me at 3:15 this morning to tell me, oh, I can't. And then, oh, by the way, I end up going. So I got up really early to fix a salad with the mushrooms and broccoli sprouts and sprouts. I've been putting sprouts in salad and so a salad, and it's got all stuff in it like that, and so red pepper, green pepper, and stuff like that. And so I said I'm gonna take that, and I made sesame, toasted sesame oil and raspberry vinegar, Alessi raspberry vinegar, balsamic vinegar. I made a salad dressing with that because it doesn't have sodium. The balsamic vinegar doesn't have sodium in it, and so I made a salad dressing with that to pour over it when I get it there, and also some fruit, some watermelon and honeydew melon. And I said, I said one thing you do not want to happen while you're here is for your bowels to lock up. You never want that to happen. It's for your bowels to lock up, because
Say
baby,
no waste elimination.
no waste elimination, because you have to turn, you have to get that waste out. Now the Lasix is running in his IV. I told you, Mal. I asked the lady. I said, "Well, how else?" She said, "Well, it'll be another pill." I said, "But that's what he was been telling y'all. He wanted to get off of all these pills, and you just putting them right back on him. What's an ultimate? What's an op? What's an alternative?
Alternate.
Yeah, alternative for what you giving?" And she said, "So I called Dr. G. Dr. G said." She said, I talked with Jamal about this a while ago. She said, I told him what would happen.
Fig leaf is a good
You never,
natural
I've
lacing.
been waiting for my fig leaf for a year now. I mean, I ain't never got them. You still,
It's in the storage. I
oh,
don't know where that stuff is buried in there.
well, I ain't got no fig leaf. I know dandelion help you pee.
Dandelion too.
Hmm. So, it, like Kimberly just said, my husband had a stroke. He had blood vessel burst in his head, and he had to have a stent placed in his head. Yeah.
No, a shunt is like a stent, but it's a little different.
Oh, Sean. Oh, so Roslyn say they just be selling pills for the companies. That's all pill
They
sell,
do.
pill pushers.
But
And
wait a minute, but they sell them for the companies because they get a percentage
yeah,
of what they sell.
and
It's like
Linda
if you
say,
selling cars for General Motors,
yeah,
and General Motors say, "Well, sell our cars. We gonna give you 15% of all of the proceeds." Okay,
yeah,
the car costs $85,000, and you get 15% of 85,000. That ain't a bad haul for
no,
a car, But if you selling pills and you got 400 patients you seeing, and you got everybody on metformin,
and they swear to God they're not.
come
They
out
swear to God
you're pre-diabetic.
they swear to God they don't get no kickback. Just like they trying to tell Steely right now,
That's
she has high blood
bullshit.
pressure. They trying to tell Steely she got high blood pressure. I gave her the high blood pressure testing kit I had, and said, "Girl, go on and use it." She said, "Okay." Because the doctor gave her one, the damn thing didn't work with or without batteries. It didn't work. So I said, "Okay, no, I got one." And I put batteries and new batteries in it and gave it to her. And I said, she tested herself 3 times in front of me. It was working. She said, "All right, T." And so she been taking her blood pressure. Her mother told her, record it 3 times a day, do it 3 times a
Tell
day
her
every
throw
day.
away all her Morton salt and get her some pink Himalayan.
Sea salt. Hold on. Steely say, "T, I ain't got no high blood pressure." I told that doctor, "You ain't finna put me on this stuff because I ain't got none. I know my body." I say, "Was you moving when you went to the doctor's office?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "And they test you right away." So check this out. They had my brother with a sleeve on one arm, and another nurse on another arm, popping the vein, trying to get some blood, while the other nurse taking the blood pressure. What the hell? And you think the blood pressure ain't gonna be high? What the hell? One over here popping a vein because it's swelling
And
from,
he tied off.
yeah, and with a thing. And then the other one over here with a cuff on. And then the blood pressure go up to 180 something. That was the other day when we was on
Well,
show.
but your nerves would do that, T.
I said, "What the hell? How do you consider? Oh, you have high blood pressure? Oh, we need to get you." I said, "Jamal, do not let them give you that high blood pressure medication. Your blood pressure was not elevated. How the hell do they think you have high blood pressure when you just came in? You've been pushed around in the chair. You're going through this, do that, do that, do this, do that, do
You're
that.
nervous
You're
because
nervous
you
because
don't know what they
what
gonna
was
do.
going to happen." And then they want to test you, test your blood, get your blood pressure. when you going through all this sporadic shit. You know what I'm saying? I just, for the love of money, I don't understand the asininity of some of these damn doctors and nurses. I don't
Uh-oh. You
understand
just
the
made up one, y'all. Acidity. And then T, check this out. Every time I have been in a hospital and they put you on an IV, first thing they have, oh, your blood sugar's high. Well, aren't you putting glucose in my body with that uh, bag that you got sitting up there? I was like, I ain't no diabetic. But every time they see somebody black and overweight, first thing, you diabetic, you got hypertension. I was like, I ain't got none of that.
Linda
My
say,
body regulates its own sugar. Oh, your A1C is high. Hell, if you told me I was having blood work, I wouldn't have drunk a sweet tea and had a donut on the way here.
right, or a cup of coffee,
Or a cup of
or
anything that
sweet
you take
cream,
that
or
elevates
shit.
your sugar. If
Right.
you're going to take blood, you're supposed to tell a person to refrain
Not
from
eat after
using
12
anything
midnight. Not
except
eat,
for water after
not
midnight.
eat after midnight. Right. So Slender say simple. Some doctors don't care. They are legal pushing men. Hey, Karen,
Yep.
you have a great day too, sis. Hey, Rochelle, I just see you kept.
What's up, bro?
They just be doctors may not know what the simple doctors don't care. You have to be an advocate for your own health. Simple. End of story.
Yeah.
They need to be checked. I know people who have died from bad doctor work. Yeah. Hey, Marvette, how you doing, sister?
Hey, Sister Marvin.
Yeah,
Glad to see you on.
yeah. Who was that said, "Hey, Frugal Boogle, Linda, Karen Dickinson, Wellness, Marvette, Divine Designs, Roslyn. Hey, Angela, what's happening, girl?
What's up,
Uh,
Angie?
and Yvette, what's going on? Kimberly Mixon, I'm a mama. Yes, 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 yes. You all, I- hey, Bonnie Boop and Donetta, y'all. Good morning. Thanks
And
for joining us.
what and Frugal Boogle.
Frugal Boogle,
T with all these nicknames.
Frugal Boogle. Wellness, 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 paleness, wellness, saleness, wellness, saleness, saleness, sales, wellness, sales, wellness,
And
sales.
and let's put this out there for they be trying to shut us down. We are not doctors. I'm just a overweight lover in the house. No, that's just trying to get his health in order naturally. I ain't trying to be bothered with no pills. I don't want nothing synthetic in my body because your body don't recognize it as a healing agent because it's foreign.
Foreign, exactly. And so here's an
And
issue. That's what
that's the
backed him
problem.
up. That's what backed him up yesterday from not having a bowel movement because the damn stuff was foreign. They ain't
Yep.
recognize.
And most pain medications block you, especially if you're taking something that's an opiate drug. They will block you. They actually give you stuff to loosen your bowels when you're on a heavy dose of morphine or uh, what do they call them things? Hydrocodone, all of those type of opiate drugs that are for pain, Vicodin, all of them, all of those block you from having bowel movements, and so they give you something to what they call a stool softener.
Stew softener. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes,
Yep,
right. But Roz would say, but please remember this. The doctor needs a doctor.
yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
And who does the doctor go to?
Well, Dr. G says she see quite a few of them herself. Exactly.
You
Doctor
know what? All I need a doctor to do for me
is get run
is
your test.
diagnose.
Right.
I'll
Run your
treat
test.
myself and
Yep. Run
take my chances. Now, like I say, we ain't no doctors. We ain't saying don't do what the doctor say. Don't take your medication. Because if you've been on this stuff for years, your body is has like if you taking if you're taking a pill for you to regulate your blood sugar and you've been taking it for 25 years and you come off of it, you're gonna be in trouble unless you got something that's as strong in your body as that
That's
medication.
balancing. Like
So you got to
we had him.
wean yourself off of that
No, we
stuff.
had him balanced. We had him balanced. He was not having any sugar episodes. None
No,
of
I ain't talking about Jamal. I'm just saying, period.
No, I'm just saying. No, I know. I'm just
Because
saying, no. We had him balanced.
I'd
He
have
was
been to
not
four
having.
doctors told me I was diabetic,
Well, they
and
told
I
you
and I told all four of them, no, I'm not. Oh, your A1C is high. Yeah, today I was like, would you have me pricking my finger 4 times, 5 times a damn day for nothing? I was like, because if my sugar goes up, I don't give a damn if it goes through the roof because I done ate a Nestle Crunch. If it goes back down, then that means I don't need no medication to make it go back
down.
down.
Exactly. You need diet. You
And
need
hello,
pay attention to
let
what you're
what
doing.
Dr. Sabi say? Let food
Food,
be your
diet,
diet and let your diet be food.
food. Yeah.
No, let
Let
your food be
food be
your
your
medicine
medicine.
and
Let
your
your
medicine
medicine
be
be
your
food.
food.
Yep. Let your food be your medicine. That's why I was like, okay, well, maybe he did say something different. Look, but
No, I messed it up.
yeah, okay. Okay. But that's the deal. That's the deal for the pickle. Let's have prayer, y'all. We need prayer. Let's blow out. Let's take a breath in, hold it, exhale. Let's take another breath in, hold it, exhale. Let's take one more deep breath in and hold it, exhale. Lord, Lord, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lord, for another glorious grand day. Grateful for the opportunity to be alive, to be well, to be mobile. Whew, hallelujah. We thank you for this day. We thank you for waking us all up. We thank you for keeping us alive and well. We thank you for opportunity that we have today to do something great and greater than great for ourselves and our families. We thank you for movement and mobility. We thank you for opportunity to see and hear and touch and feel. We thank you for thoughts and thinking and minds. We thank you for life, for breath. We thank you. Lord, we come to you this morning, thanking you for the fact that you've already gone before us, clearing the roads that we travel, the grounds that we tread upon, the airways we may be flying through, or the waters we may be sailing across. We thank you that you've already made it our arrivals of destination safe, sound, and complete. We thank you for the healing that has taken place in our bodies and our minds. We thank you for the actions of restoration, for betterment, for our people. We thank you for the clarity of mind. We thank you for the actions of good projected and exhibited towards each other. We thank you for understanding. We thank you for wisdom and knowledge. We thank you for all the things that we ultimately never think to thank you for. We thank you for being. And we all come together and we all say, Amen, Amen, Amen. Only on thanks. Only on thanks. You muted.
I always mute when you be praying. Rosalind Cook say, you talking to someone who died twice and was supposed to be in a nursing home
Rest of
the
my
rest of my life in 2014. Yvette say, oh, she just
is in
talking. But Kimberly Mixon Dixon say she was in her doctor's office eating some Skittles, and they decided to take some blood. The doctor came and said, "Hey, you're diabetic." And she said, "I told her, no, I'm not." She said, "I didn't know you were about to take some blood." And she's sitting in the office eating Skittles. And then because her sugar level is high, because she eating
Candy.
a bag of candy. Now you want to put her on some medication. And
And we,
Rosalind Cook say she's so grateful.
I know you are, Rosalind,
And
and
she didn't
we
change the way she eat. That's why she's still here.
change. Hey, this is a lifestyle change.
Yep. It's
Christelle
not a diet.
Christelle told Jamal the same darn thing. This is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change. You're changing how you eat. You're changing how you think about food. You know how you like, damn, I could sure go get me something to real. You when you drive down the street, you smell the
Smell
ribs,
that smoke.
you smell the grilled food, you smell all that. Woo! You know what? I think I will get me a small order rib tip. There you go.
It's just boiled down to what you want to do. Do you want to live or do you want to die?
And here's the thing. You say, you
Do
know
you
what?
want to eat a breakfast burrito with chorizo and eggs and potatoes and cheese and all of that, or do you want to still be able to go somewhere out of town and be able to walk and ain't nobody got to push you in a
Push you in a
wheelchair?
wheelchair, and then have your oxygen connected to you and have
Yep,
a
you got your
IV
oxygen and
arm.
everything. Mm-mm.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why a person want to live like this. And the lady, my neighbor, cute as she can be, huge, huge. And every day she wants to get out of this car, and she getting worse and worse. Every day she wants to get out of the car. Now, mind you, she's younger than me. It's what she eats. She's huge. She don't exercise. I told them to start coming over here in the summer and exercise. She like, girl, bye. Look, she do. She get out the car and she
But T, you have to look at it like this. Everybody ain't you.
mm,
Everybody ain't motivated. And
nope.
check this out. And they're going by a food
Food
table
takes
that has been taught to eat this
implemented
way since you were a child.
child.
And
Yep.
it's not against the law to
Nope.
eat food.
It really ain't. But I'm telling y'all,
It's
it's
like cigarettes. They
ridiculous.
legal
And
and
and,
it's readily accepted.
And I wasn't motivated to get rid of them darn things either when I was smoking them. But baby, after my mama died and I was on my porch smoking a cigarette, and I damn near couldn't get up 20 little stairs, not flights, 20 little stairs to my apartment. I had to stop, sit down because I couldn't say, I couldn't do that. I was saying, I couldn't even catch a breath. It was the end of it for me. I went and
Rosalind
prayed.
Cook say she only eat one meal a day, and she say you are what you eat.
Are what you eat. And that one meal a day will fill you up. And I nibble. I like a one good healthy meal a day. But I will nibble. I like breakfast though. I like breakfast. It don't have to be heavy though. But I got to have me a good meal like around 4-5 o'clock. 4, 5, 6, 4 to 6. I gotta have a good solid full meal. Now I will nibble on nuts and dried fruit all day long. I'll nibble on fruit all day. I'll eat an apple, banana, orange. I'll eat watermelon. I'll eat fruit all day long.
Lee say it takes determining that you're going to make that change, and once you do, it becomes a part of you.
It really do. But you have to be
Sometimes you have to let people be. We want to save our loved ones, but we cannot save everybody. That's
and
what
Linda,
Linda
I
Shaw
and
said.
Linda, I've come to
You
grips
got to
with
save yourself first.
yeah, yes, Linda, save yourself. Yeah, yeah. I've come to grips with that, Linda, and thank you for putting it in there. I've come to grips with that with my brother. As much as me, Dr. G, all of us want for him, he has to want it for himself as much as we do, and even more so.
Well, back in 2016, my brother had quadruple bypass surgery. When he got out of the hospital, the first thing he did was light a cigarette.
But guess what? He ain't smoking no more, though, right?
He ain't smoking no more. When they told him if you don't stop smoking, you're gonna lose that foot, he said, whoa. A Scooby Doo moment happened.
Say,
But
who?
that ain't nothing but for folks praying for him.
That's because I told you that carbon is not letting his foot heal. All that carbon monoxide poisoning in them
It ain't
cigarettes.
just the carbon. It's what 700 different chemicals in a cigarette,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
including rat poison,
yeah, yeah. And you know that was one of my studies in school, right?
nicotine. What does nicotine do for a cigarette? They put that additive in there because it's a flavor enhancer,
Cancer. Yeah.
and it's the same with the food. Oh, this is a preservative to keep
That's
it
why. That's
so it
why
can have
Steve
a
Harvey.
longer shelf life.
That's
You'll die, but the shelf life of your bread will be
why.
fantastic.
Right. That's why, right, for your next family member to ingest and die. And it will still sit here for the next generation. That's why Steve Harvey said, I don't know about y'all, but that gluten, when you take gluten out, you need to immediately put it back in because it just is horrible. But he now got his new little doohickey called Elevate, right? Him and his wife, Marjorie, and his doctor who looks
Yeah, it's a green product.
yeah, his doctor looks fabulous. She looks outstanding. Um,
His doctor.
yes, his the female who got him on this lifestyle change. Yeah, it was a woman that got him on.
I haven't seen it.
Gorgeous, gorgeous sister, love her, gorgeous. And she's about healing and health. And so she got him on the light. He like, well, you gave me all this stuff to eat, and it was horrible. And so yeah, but he came up with a way to ingest it through this Elevate green powder drink that he has. But what I don't like about those green powder drinks is that everybody don't want a sweetener in their drink. Everybody don't want that erythritol and anisotol and all the
And
talls and all.
that's how I used to cut cocaine with that stuff.
Well,
I know I don't want that.
I wasn't, you know damn well I know what talking about inositol on the food, but I'm just saying all the alls,
No, it's a
erythritol,
sweetener.
yeah,
They
all the
put it in
all
baby.
the
They put it
all
in
the alls,
acetol in
erythritol,
baby's milk.
and all the loses, sucralose and
Yep.
ecralose and tacalose and pocalose and apocalyptose and all the oses and all of the alls, all the alcohols, alls,
Hmm.
erythropols, all those are alcohols, sweeteners, and then the croses, sucrose, lucrose, and ducrose, and all the croses,
Dextrose.
dextrose, all the croses. And so yeah, it's ridiculous. And Rosalind say nicotine causes the addiction. Exactly, Rosalind. Exactly. And that's what my CADC certification is about, is the nicotine. Now I studied all of this, and that's why I was telling people 700 something poisons on this stuff. Knock your socks off. And so Wellness say goodbye. I'm still here in the background, working and lurking. Hey, Yvette, I see you, Yvette. What you say? Yvette say, I was speaking to all, not talking. All not talking. Hey, Neela and the rest of the elements. Everybody,
Elementers.
elements with a Z. Divine say, I was on metformin for a while and I started watching what I ate. My doctor said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, but you are not diabetic. No more metformin. Okay. And Linda say, my cousin told me she only listened to what her doctors say. She don't listen to alternative methods. Those are quacks. So have to let people be. Exactly. Exactly.
Say alternative medicines are quack.
Yeah.
The alternative medicines, uh, I don't know what she's referring to as alternative for medicine. Because you do have some folks out there that are quacks that's just trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. You don't need no alternative. Find out what foods do what and just use it. You
Exactly.
ain't got to do nothing extraordinary.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Find out the herbs that do stuff
You know,
because they didn't have all of these medications
So she's
Uh,
just
in the
bamboozled by some.
14s and the 1300s, folks wasn't running around with cancer, the pancreas. Dogs even get arthritis and human disease now. What's going on with the dogs and the animals? Since when they start getting cancer
The
and oh,
food,
the kidneys?
the food,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
preservatives in the dog food,
And not
not
just the
the table
preservatives in the
food.
dog food, they're eating the
Table
beef
food.
byproducts,
Yep.
all of the scrapings up off of the floor, and that they taking out of all of these places where they make our food. Get well, we can make dog food out of that. Oh, that's a good idea. Not a dog walking around, he got gout, big ass lump on the side of his neck,
Every
sit.
dog got gout. How the dog get gout? Dog got gout. Listen, listen.
Wait a minute, dog with high blood pressure. I seen dogs when I was little eat eggshell cartons, cardboard, everything else out the garbage and run around strong as hell, streamline, killing the neighbors' cats and all kind of stuff. And he live in the alley, eating out the garbage.
Garbage.
But the garbage was different back then,
Right. And the egg cartons were
and
too.
the egg cartons too. Didn't have no plastic in them. They were actually like not cardboard. I don't know what it's called. It's fluffier than cardboard
Right.
that
I
they
know.
used to make them egg cartons out of.
Yeah, it is fluffy because
But
it was
they
so
were
soft.
natural. They were a natural product.
It was a biodegradable product. That's what it is.
Yes,
It didn't
yes.
go back
Thanks,
to the
T.
earth.
That's what I'm. That's
It
what I
was
was
a
trying to say.
biodegradable product. That's what it was. It wasn't natural to eat no
Yeah,
firewood, but it was biodegradable for it to be compostable.
cardboard is natural. It comes from trees.
Yeah, but it's compostable. It was
Yeah, it's
compostable
just chipped
cardboard.
up. There wasn't no chemicals in it.
Right, but there are some
They just chip
cardboards
it
that
up and
are
press it. Well, oh
chemicalized.
well, now they are. Shit, they putting all kind of stuff in it.
Yeah. And Rosalind say once again, she you
You
are
are
what
what you eat.
you eat. How many times we gotta keep saying that, Rosalind?
Linda Shaw said they killing all of us, the dogs and the cats and the humans.
Dogs, cats, and humans. Yeah, birds too. They trying to kill
Yeah.
the birds too. The fish too. They don't want plastic bags, but they all in the damn water. The waterways.
Plastic jugs, water bottles.
Fish got a damn stick.
And the fish are turned. Wait a minute,
Fish
it
got a
gets so hot in the
damn
ocean
straw.
to where the sun make them fuse together,
Uh-huh.
and it's like floating islands, and the baby fish are living in it. They have turned it into a marine habitat.
I know what you're trying to say, Roz. Let me see. I know what you're trying to say.
Get
Get
off the
off
meat.
that meat. She said, give off that meat, but get off that meat. It's in the meat. But hold on. Let me give you a little bit more. It's not only in the meat, it's also in some of the vegetables and fruits that you eat. You got to be careful.
Yeah, you gotta wash your food proper.
You got to wash your food and you got to know where you're getting it from. Just saying. Just saying.
And ladies, you don't have to get off all of the meat, just certain ones.
Some meat we need.
Some meat you might want to stay on for a while.
Like, when I
I
see
figured
you,
I'd throw that in there this morning because I'm finna get the hell off of here and go take Roz to
I'm
get
gonna
some
do
blood work
Beyonce. I'm gonna
done.
do Beyonce. Can I sit on top of you? So don't you ain't got to give up all to me.
Have
No,
you noticed how promiscuous Beyonce has gotten in the last 5 or 10 years?
put on them babies.
Because all of the regular music she was soft lyrics and no profanity wasn't selling.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it was selling, but
You got to
it's
be a
not what they
bully.
wanted her to sell.
So,
Now
Divine
she
say,
she be cussing and everything else now.
about we gonna fuck it up tonight and all that. Divine
Yeah,
say, Mama said they are killing us for population control. Yeah, they are. That's what Bill Gates said a long time ago. Remember 2013, I think it
yeah.
was. He said that. And Yvette say, that's right. Yes, it is. And Linda say, I guess we all need to be breatharians.
And look, and the air ain't no good either because they messing that up with the chemtrails. Can't win for losing, y'all.
I saw 8 chemtrails.
I saw a
Eight of
bunch yesterday myself.
8 of them. I've never seen that many damn
I
chemtrails in
was
a
like,
day
why is
in
they
my life.
spraying all of this stuff? It's springtime coming though, T. They got to get it out in the atmosphere.
8 chemtrails the other day. And I
There's
saw
no
4.
place to hide.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I saw, that's right. I saw them. What's today? Wednesday. I saw them on Sunday, Sunday. But I saw 4 yesterday taking him. I mean, going to the hospital, which I got to get out of here.
I saw about 4 or 5 yesterday too when I was out with the boys
Yeah, I'm finna get out
watching
of here.
them play football.
I'm finna get out of here. I got to go.
Yeah, I got to go. I got to take
Right.
Ross to the
It's
to
been a
get some
blast, but I
blood
got to
work.
take this 1 hour ride to Maywood to Hines VA Hospital. So, um, yeah, and you know it's rush hour out there. And 290,
Yep.
290 is hella bad. Turk said the other night, y'all. T, what you mean traffic? It's 11 o'clock and now. I said, Turk, this is the time of night that 290 gets packed.
T, I'm in Georgia. The traffic after 7 o'clock ain't like that. I forgot in Chicago the traffic 24/24 on the Stevenson, the Edens, and the Dan Ryan.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, Turk, no, baby, it's traffic on 290 all the damn time. And so Linda say, well, we are doomed. See y'all on the other side. Linda, you a
Wait a
blast.
minute. What have they shot down? The Canadians, what did they shoot down that was an unidentified flying object?
A balloon from the Chinese.
What was in the balloon?
Won't we never
Oh,
know.
it's another variation of the coronavirus.
Won't we never know until it
And they
happens.
just say it was from, wait a minute, they say it was from the Chinese. But China, how they send a balloon all the way from China to Canada?
Well,
That's a long ass ride, ain't it?
they showed the hell is. They said it was
Oh, it's a weather balloon.
it had went around. That's what they said. And they said it was around going around spying on everybody. It was a spy balloon.
And so America let it just fly right over into Canada.
Into Canada.
They lying. They're lying out of their culo. I didn't say who was lying. I just said they lying.
I know.
But y'all just sit tight.
You'll
The
find
Anunnaki will be back soon.
look.
And you know the Anunnaki come from the planet Nibiru from Sirius A and Sirius B, right? And you
Right.
know them as black planets. That's
Right.
why when them brothers got off of there and they was 10 foot tall with them afros, with all that Afrocentric knowledge up here, and started a whole nother creation down here.
That's why
Power to the people.
that's why the Duke and all the
Can
Parliament
you
and
get in
all
trouble for saying God is black?
power to
That's
the
my
people.
opinion. God is black, baby.
Power to
Look,
the
I'm
people.
like that. Be like that.
People.
Thing on
Power to the people.
uh, what's the JJ Nim? It got the dude he be with the lips balled up in the fist.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy, Jimmy.
Yeah, JJ.
Mm-hmm. And Michael. Is that they will Yvette say Chicago traffic is awful now. It sure the hell is, girl. And they will tell us anything, Linda said. Yep.
Yvette, do you hear what Yvette say? And they're seeing several more now flying in around.
Yep. Yep. Turk is smart. ASL. My brother smart. Yep. Yep. They sure do have a lot more flying around, don't they, vet? Yep. See, that's what drones did. That's the drone thing. They droning. We be droning. We
See,
be
they got
droning.
drones as big as a
We be
bee.
droning.
That
We
can if they want if China wanted to spy, they got drones the size of birds. They got them the size of bees, and they can open up the back of a semi truck and release them, and they can come out and kill people.
mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the videos. If they got the videos where they show them and they're testing them, they already got some that's active.
Pretty much. And in the
But
meantime, in between time,
their technology is nothing like the technology we got now is from a spaceship that they shot down back in the day in Roswell. And so the metals and lithium batteries and all of this stuff is from when you go backwards in engineering. They do reverse engineering. When you don't know something about something, you reverse engineer it so you can figure out how it works. And so that's where all of our new technology has been coming from.
right? Exactly.
And they just release so much, within so many years. Oh, we can't release that not this soon. We'll
You're right
release
about the
this.
reverse technology and engineering part,
Yeah.
because they have to know how it runs to run it back. In order to run it back,
In order to create it.
they have to know how it
But
runs.
then you have some of the stuff that they created. They don't know what it's made of, so they have to reverse engineer that to find out how to make the source to create it.
Because when I was doing blueprints, that was one of the things we had to do, was do the blueprint and create a miniature version of the artifact or whatever we were building from the blueprint, to see with it would have these little plastic things that look like hair rollers. Y'all know the long skinny little
Rods.
and you twist it. Right.
Hmm.
It would be like that. We would build it from the blueprint, and the weight inside of it would have certain weights in it for angles of walls and things like that, because you got to make sure that this stuff ain't gonna damn collapse on a million or 1,000 or 10,000 people. Because
Yeah.
building blueprints for buildings, you know what I'm saying, and to buildings to be erected, and so you got to make sure it's not going to collapse and it's strong. And
We
so
ain't doomed, Roz. We all right.
yeah,
We shall live and not die.
we build small ones, and so therefore with the small ones, that lets us know how the weight structure and all that goes into the buildings, and so it makes us have to adjust, if we had to adjust the blueprint, the numbers, because it's strictly a numbers thing with blueprints. So that's how that goes.
And this is how church goes.
I'm finna go. God, this is Jamal.
All
So,
right.
all right, peace out, everybody, and
Love,
God
peace, and
bless
hair
y'all.
grease.
And don't forget,
Wash your shit.
get
I
back,
mean, wash your
back,
hair and
get back.
condition it.
Get back. But we'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on In My Element with Neil and
And
Jamal.
let's talk about UFOs tomorrow.
Yes. See y'all. Peace.
Peace.